Hi, I'm Jerry,
And I'm Jill.
and today is week 4 of us trying to get on a cruise from Canada into Miami on the Carnival Horizon. It's been one heck of a week of developments, and it feels like my head is stuck in a vice right now as we try to decide what we're going to do to go on this cruise. Okay, since our last update, we've had several developments. The first development was the mixed vaccine issue. And I know many of you out there are very worried from Canada as to how you're going to cruise based on that information. We are kind of mixed vaccine. I am.
And I'm not.
Jill's not, so she gets to go on all the cruises from now on. But I lucked out that I had a Pfizer and a Moderna, so I am technically allowed to go on Carnival cruises,
All in America?
Princess, but not Norwegian,
No.
and I am not sure about Royal Caribbean.
They changed their policy.
Yes, they did. So,
Yeah.
so that was the first thing. So if you are mixed vaccine with AstraZeneca in Canada with another one, you're gonna have to stay tuned. The cruise lines say that this is temporary till October for at least Norwegian, but it's gonna take a while to play out. So it could change. That's all I'm saying, because things are changing literally by the day, sometimes by
Every
the
day.
hour during the day. So that was the first thing that came up, and then on Monday, I believe it was, the Canadian government announced that they were opening the borders.
Yay!
We did a happy dance. We thought, okay, we're going to get across to our flight in Michigan. We're going on a cruise. We're just waiting for the reciprocal agreement from the United States.
And it didn't come.
2 days later, we hear that the Americans are not allowing Canadians who are, for the large part, vaccinated.
Higher
Have-
percentage than the Americans.
Less COVID cases, but they do not want our Canadian money in the United States right now for tourism. So we are now back to trying to figure out how we're going to go on a cruise.
Right.
Our flight is booked out of Michigan, which for us is about an hour drive.
Yeah, we're on a border city. So for us to go out of Michigan, it's less than an hour to get there. But for us to go out of Canada, it's around an 8-hour drive.
Yes, so we are now between a rock and a hard spot that we have to change our flights to fly out of Toronto. We can still get into the US as long as we fly. We just can't drive across to get to an airport and get to the cruise. And now we need to make the decision, do we spend money on a flight? When we booked this cruise, not even 4 weeks ago, we booked our flights. It was the same price to go out of Toronto as it was out of Michigan. We thought, an hour across the border is a better flight than going all the way to Toronto, which for us is almost 7 hours away.
In retrospect, we made the wrong decision.
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Because now I'm being told by Delta that the same ticket that was the same price 4 weeks ago will now cost us $1,500 Canadian
More.
to fly out on top of the $600 we already paid. So we're $2,000 for us to fly to Miami. So Delta is not working with us, and we are out on a limb. And the last thing we're waiting on that really has the vice tightening on my head is we're waiting from Carnival to find out whether or not, because of the rules of our country, if we can't make it to this cruise, are we getting our money back?
Right. We had called them.
Yeah, we did.
And asked if we couldn't get out because of regulations due to the border, would we be able to be credited that money for a future cruise? Absolutely, yes, they told us.
Yes,
But yesterday they said, we'll look into
We're going
it.
to check on this. It does say in our fare that it is non-refundable. But when we booked, they said that that policy wouldn't hold if it was none of our fault, that if it was because of our country not allowing us to travel, that there would be an exception. So we're waiting to find out the exception. It could still come through. We don't know for sure, but we just don't know right now as we're recording this and talking to all of you. So that's the next thing that we're waiting on. And there's been a lot of noise across the border about opening up to the Canadians and allowing them in. So it's not totally impossible that could happen in the next little while. Heck, everything's happened in the last week, so who knows what could happen. But we don't know for sure. So next time we get back to you, we may have bought a very expensive flight, we might have found a deal, or we may have canceled the cruise. And we're hoping not, because we're still trying to prove that it is safe to go on a cruise. Ironically, the problem isn't health and safety on the cruise. It's getting from Canada into the United States right now. And it is definitely a challenge, and we're working on it. So, we know that Don from Don's Family Vacations is heading out on Celebrity right now. So he has gone through the process, and we're hoping that we can get a ticket and do something similar. So it is not impossible. It just feels like a lot of hoops to jump through to make it happen.
Right. Unfortunately, it's just financially a hardship at this point because the prices of the airline just went way bigger than what we ever would have imagined.
Yes.
So that it would have been a matter of weeks.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what happens, and fingers crossed that we get some good news, and maybe next week's update will tell you that we are booked, everything's fine, and we'll start talking about what it's going to take. I won't even get into the testing. Over 14 days for this cruise. Right now we are to be tested 3 times in 14 days.
Yeah.
Plus we're already vaccinated. So that feels like overkill, but that's the rules with the way the travel is set up right now. That we're still navigating through that as well. So we'll hopefully have an update on that, an update on how we're going to get across the border, and we'll keep you in touch with what's going on, because we don't even know what's happening from day to day, and when we find out, we'll definitely let you know as well. What do you think? What percentage chance do you think we're going at this point?
I'm 50-50 on it, guys.
50-50,
Really,
yeah.
I am.
I was 80-20 that we were going last week when I did this update.
Yeah.
I'm back to, I might even be 40-60. I don't know. I'm not sure. Joe might be the optimistic one now. So,
Which is saying something, because I was the one that was always concerned more. But
yeah.
I know it can be done. It's just whether our bank account will allow it
Where's
to
the
be
money?
done.
Yeah, we'll find out for sure. So, anyways, subscribe, follow us along. We're going to find out whether Canadians can get into cruise ships and what you need to do to make it happen. And we'll be back next week with another update. So, thanks for watching.
And if you're one of the lucky ones on a cruise ship, have a great time. Enjoy cruising, everyone.
For sure. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.